So welcome back guys, and in this part what we are going to do is we're going to learn a little bit about Firebase. So if you are very new to backend system and you don't know anything about what exactly backend system does, then this is exactly the part that you are looking for. So first of all, what you want to do is simply go ahead and launch your Android Studio. And what I want you guys to do, if you have any older version, I want you to update it to at least a 2.2.2 version, or if you have any updated version, that's even better. So if you are using older version, there may be a little bit of difference between the techniques that I'm going to be using and with your Android Studio. So first of all, a bit about backend system. Now, backend system basically means that you can store your data or files on the internet platform, and it provides you the data back when you need it for your app. It's kind of like if you want to create a user account for your app, then that's the backend system that you're going to need to store the data of the user. And if you want to upload some file like the profile picture of the user, then that's where we use the storage part. And similar, there are many more options that we are going to take a look a little bit later. So first of all, what I want you guys to do is simply go ahead and start a new Android Studio project, and I'm going to name it simply tutorials, or maybe Firebase tutorial. All right. Then you just type in your company domain, and I'm not going to include the C++ support. Then I'm going to change the minimum SDK to at least API level 19, so so that the devices are supported 73%. And I'm going to hit the next button. Use the empty activity for your default main activity, generate layout, and hit finish button. Now by the time it's done finishing the project creation, we are going to go back to our console. Now, as I said, there are two ways to create a project. One is by the console.firebase.com, and another one is from the Android Studio. Now we're going to take a look at how you can create a project from the website in this part. So I'm going to hit the create new project button. Now here, what you want to do is you need to name exactly the same that your what do you call it, project is. Now even if the name isn't exact, this may work, but there is like a package name that you need to provide later, but that's for the later part. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it Firebase tutorials. It is exactly the same name as my app that I just created in Android Studio. Then I'm going to hit the create project button. You need to select your country as well. I forgot to do that. So hit the create project button. It's going to take a little bit of time depending on your internet connection and the website response as well. So there we go. So the app is created, and you can see that there are so many things right now right here. And if you are watching this video like a month or a few months ahead of upload time, you may see a little bit of difference in the website because they must have updated it, but don't worry about that. Everything works just similar. So what you need to do, this is just a project creation. Now remember, we haven't connected our app with this project yet, so you can do that from here, like add Firebase to your Android project, but that will be like a really old method to do it. We are gonna do it a pretty easier way, that is from the Android Studio. Now here, what I want you guys to have a look at the left sidebar. Here you can see that there are the analytics, then we have the authentication, which we will use to store the user data like email, username, or password or something. Then we have the database. This is actually the real-time database. We're going to store our real-time data in our database, and I'll be teaching you guys what are exactly the uses of using the real-time database. Then we have our storage. Here we can use it to upload files. Then we have hosting, test lab, crash report, notification, and many more things that you want to use for the later purpose. But right now, what I want you guys to do is go ahead to the home page, and there we have the discover Firebase section, or you can go to the doc section and start exploring what Firebase is actually. But if you are a beginner to the backend system, you might not actually understand what's actually happening, but that's probably okay, because we're gonna take a look at that really soon. So let's move to connecting our project to the Firebase project to the app. So let's do that in the next